So over the past year, I mean, more likely ever since Trump said the Canada should become the 51st state thing, Canadians have not been wanting to visit the United States.
It seems like a smart move from Canadians, but, Canada nice. They're supposed to just be friendly with everybody. Not anymore.
Their niceness only goes so far.
There's been a lot of crazy instances, like you said, the 51st state thing, obviously some tariffs. And Canada's getting closer with the Nordic countries too, so it doesn't really stand with the whole Greenland thing that's been going on recently. And that's not mentioning any of the stuff going on within the U.S. of reasons why Canadians might not visit the U.S. anymore.
So this video is about how Canadians traveling by car is down 35%, not to mention people traveling by plane is also down. I mean, Canadians buying American products in general is down, and not even just Canadians, Australians, Europeans, pretty much everyone across the world is not wanting to come to the United States. Let's check this one out specifically.
Canadian visitation to the U.S. is down 35% since President Trump returned to office, dealing a massive, sustained economic
I would assume a lot of Canadians come across that border.
Yeah, because most of the big cities in Canada are on the border, and it would be much easier if they're going to New York or Seattle from Vancouver.
Detroit, wherever what's the city across from Detroit?
Is that Windsor?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I can't think of my Michigan/Canada geography there, but there's a lot of people, travel by car.
To the U.S. economy
35% is a big number.
That shows no signs of reversing in 2026. According to data released Monday from Statistics Canada, the number of Canadians taking road trips into the U.S., the most common way of visiting, dropped by 5% last month compared to March 2025.
Just in the month.
Is down 35% compared to March 2024.
Then the year,
There was also a 14% year-over-year decline in air travelers from Canada to the U.S. in March.
Wow.
In contrast.
And also they might mention this in the video, but overall global tourism is up, at least before the war. And so the dropping percent, you also have to add on the global growth percent as a droppage, because that's a bigger difference of what the U.S. should have been.
I mean, Mark Carney was talking about how more people are going to Canadian national parks, more people are going to Canadian museums, more people are riding Canadian trains, which shows that Canadians are like, they used to be like, oh, I can go to the U.S. and go to Florida and go to Disney World and do this and go to California. Instead, they're like, nah, I'll just go to our national parks. No way I'm risking going down there.
Absolute idiotic move from Trump to tariff your allies, because for some reason he thought it would make more money, but now it's making it so that these countries are buying their own products more. Good thing for Canada. Bad thing for the U.S.
I mean, how many jobs are being lost in those border towns, tourism sectors?
But, he can point to the fact that a certain set of jobs that relates to the tariff is up, but not point to the fact of all these other jobs that were lost.
And most likely it's a lie. I mean, he was claiming job numbers last month of like 130,000 or something like that in job growth. But like 90,000 of those 130,000 jobs were because a bunch of nurses were on strike. And then the next month they were no longer on strike. And he just got to count some of those.
The volume of Americans visiting Canada in March was up 4% compared to last year.
More
For the third consecutive month, more Canadians flew to overseas destinations than drove to the U.S., flipping a long-established pattern. Canadian visitation overseas was...
And that's not like it's equal price. They're paying more to fly to Europe.
Yeah. Flying overseas versus driving to the U.S.
They would rather pay more money to go on a vacation that's not in the U.S.
Up 5% year over year, a sign Canadians are swapping the U.S. for other international destinations. Nearly a quarter of Canadian travelers have canceled a previously planned trip to the U.S.
They're canceling them.
A quarter of them?
Oh my God, you don't always get refunds on that stuff. It's like unlikely unless you got like the travel insurance stuff, which we never do. But they're losing money on canceling whole trips.
Oh man, a quarter is a lot. So these numbers are gonna be crazy when we look at them in 6 months too.
Oh my gosh, that's how much our allies despise us, by the way. They do not even want to set foot. They have planned vacations. Some of these people probably got work time off in advance when they planned this, and they're like, it's not worth it. I'm just going to cancel it. I'm not going there.
Luckily, they probably get a lot more paid time off than Americans.
They definitely do.
Its international tracking study of Canadian travelers. In the years leading to President Donald Trump's re-election to a second term, Canadian tourists were the biggest single source of international visitors to the U.S., comprising roughly 1/4 of all foreign travelers, according to the U.S. Commerce Department's National Travel and Tourism Office. In 2024, Canadian tourists injected $20.5 billion into the U.S. economy. But in early 2025, the U.S. Travel Association warned even a 10% reduction in Canadian inbound travel could translate to $2.1 billion in lost spending and 140,000 lost jobs.
140,000 jobs.
Wow. That's the livelihoods of people right there.
I mean, how many missiles would this pay for?
Yeah, I mean,
all the tax money.
those might blow up their nuclear capabilities.
Because we all know in America, all of our taxes go to the war effort. That's why we get no social programs.
We just paid our taxes recently, and I don't know if I'm very happy with where that money's going.
Yeah, we can estimate how many bullets or how many parts of a missile our taxes went to, because that's all it goes to. The military budget in the United States is absolutely insane.
Jobs in the hospitality sector. The actual decline was 22%,
Oh, so
more
it was
than double that
more.
hypothetical drop, which works out to a drop of roughly $4.5 billion in visitor spending. The boycott
4.5
continued into
billion.
2026 with double-digit
There's
declines.
definitely some sort of social program that Trump cut in the last year, and he's like, we saved $5 billion.
Oh my gosh.
These poor people, they won't be eating this month, but we saved $5 billion. And then he just lost it because he can't shut his mouth and not put tariffs on our allies.
If it wasn't Trump that did it, it was the exiled Elon Musk when he was doging it up, cutting the spending.
I mean, seriously.
In both January and February, and cumulative 2-year drops of more than 30% each month. For more on this story, check out the article at the link in the description.
All right, well, so basically no one wanted to come to the U.S. This didn't even mention ICE stuff. The ICE stuff's chilled out a bit from the old media attention it was getting before, but
There's a war now.
I can't imagine you would still be safe you'd still feel safe after hearing the stuff that happened to multiple people that were murdered.
Or why you'd want to go to a country that's just invading other countries. That kind of sounds like a place that's unstable.
Yeah. Also, we saw an article or a video about how they DNA swabbed a Canadian citizen who crossed the border recently. Or was trying to cross the border. They didn't make it across. They got turned away. DNA swabs are coming into effect. We travel quite a bit, and I've never heard of DNA swabs for traveling.
The American fascist state is growing. We'll see what happens this year in the midterms, and if the Democrats do win, if they're actually going to do anything about the madman running the country at the moment. The Democrats don't have the majority, but there's a lot more they could be doing to stop this, and they're not.
There's been some flippers in there too. John Fetterman, he's fallen off. What's he doing? He's flipping around.
I saw recently an interview with some Democrat that was saying that he supports the war in Iran because they're such a threat to us. But where's the opposition? If all you have are these corporate Democrats, these war hawk Democrats, where's the opposition?
We got to go to track APAC and see how much that person received.
Oh, man, I can't imagine.
I mean, I honestly, it's probably, if you plan to go out and vote for the midterms, it's probably a good idea just to look at who doesn't receive money from APAC, and you can vote for one of them.
Since it's the United States, you may not have a choice.
They probably both got some.
They probably both do. The Republican definitely does. And the Democrat, it's probably a good chance that they do.
There's like a 50% chance they received more than the Republican, or a 50% chance they got nothing.
Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.